Alright, so today we've got a quick update video. Not too long ago, Yubi let us know what was included in the patch that they put out this morning, and surprisingly, there are Kyoshin buffs. I'm not saying surprisingly as in, wow, Kyoshin's getting buffed, because we all knew he needed them, but surprisingly as in, they're addressing issues we've brought up so quickly. Kyoshin released just last week, and it's nice to see Yubi put out changes so fast. So let's not waste any more time and get right into these changes. Alright, so there is quite a list of buffs here. Let's start off from the top. Keep in mind that it is possible for there not to be every single, change in here. There could be changes that are not listed that snuck their way in, and the community will find most of them. Now, Kaze stance, which is his full block, can now be activated at 200 milliseconds from both the light and heavy recoveries. This is one of the big things a lot of us had been asking for. This will allow us to attack and get into full block faster, allowing us to catch external attacks more easily. It'll also allow us to use our attacks from Kaze stance more quickly, like the unblockable and whatnot. Another thing that was sped up were the links to the chain finishers. The link will now be 200 milliseconds for both light and heavy. If you've been playing Kyoshin, you've probably gotten irritated a few times at how you'd hit someone with a light and then go for your heavy finisher, only for them to immediately throw out a light and poke you out of it. This shouldn't happen anymore. It'll also help out in team fights or while being ganked. Next up, bashes. So the chain bash will now move forward 2 meters rather than 1. Again, if you played Kyoshin, you notice that the chain bash sometimes felt like it was going nowhere, which was pretty frustrating, so this should remedy that. Another buff surrounding the bash is that the follow-up can now be target swapped. This one brings me a lot of joy, as throwing out that bash while anyone other than your opponent was looking at you pretty much meant that you were going to get smacked in the back of the head. Now you can bash, look at someone else, and then throw your follow-up at them. His dodge bash also had its recovery reduced to 600 milliseconds from 800 milliseconds. This will make it not as consistently punishable if you whiff it. Next change is to the Kaze stance unblockable. All it says is that it's now more difficult to dodge. I guess we'll just have to find out what that means. And then Fujin cuts the triple slash after landing any attack in Kaze stance is having its stamina cost slashed in half, see what I did there, to 3 stamina per attack from 6. Something we all immediately noticed while we were playing is that we were often running out of stamina due to the high cost of anything Kaze stance related. This should help out with that a little bit. Hikaze, which is the light attack from Kaze stance, will now only do 8 damage instead of 12, so that entire sequence of attacks will deal a bit less damage. It also now has 100 milliseconds of guard break vulnerability, so it won't be totally immune to guard breaks anymore. The zone from Kaze stance was buffed a bit. It had its trajectory adjusted to properly hit external targets, which means that it should hit people that you think it hit, and now it's really good for clearing out minions. And lastly, the Kageru, which is his tier 1, now deals 4 bleed damage per tick instead of 3. And that will do it for the notes. A very welcome surprise to see Yubi on top of the feedback so quickly. I plan on playing a few more games later on, as I want to get Kyoshin to rep 8, but I really started to feel the grind fatigue set in halfway through rep 5, so hopefully these buffs push me to finish them up. I'm sure we'll see a few more changes come to Kyoshin as time goes on, but these changes are a great start. Anyways, I won't blabber on today. If you like the video, feel free to leave a like, and if you enjoy the faster recaps, please let me know down in the comments, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.